Hello everybody, today I want to talk about functions in C++. This is fourth episode of C++ tutorials. So let's create directory 4 and let's make the function, program function. So what is a function in C++ and in programming at all? So function, it's the purpose of function to utilize our code. So if we are going to use some functionality twice, we can put this functionality in the function. Like let's say like we want to do something like in math there is some sort of functions, right? So like and sometimes we can specify, like, and say like fx equal x squared, something like this, right? So function. So what we have in math, what is function? So function, it has name, it has input parameter, it has its body, and it's returns something. So in this case we can see like function name is f, like input parameter x, and body of function x squared, and it returns x squared. So what is in C++? Let me make my keyboard faster slightly. So in C++, first thing, it's what function returns. So let's say it returns integer value, and name is f, and input parameter, also we need to specify the type of input parameter, so type integer and x, and then we need to put the body, and body of function has to be in the curve brackets. And also every time then we want to return value, we have to type the keyword return and x squared, right? X multiplied by x. So how to use function in C++, and let's make the main here. And to use function, we can actually create, like, assign the result of function to y. So out to y equals f, and then we can put like 4, and let's print out y. Let's compile it. So g++ w-all-g, and then name of file function.cpp, and output is going to be function. And also we want to use std equal c++-1y. So it did compile, and I want to run it. So we can see, actually we can print out slightly more, like 4 multiplied by 4 equals like this, and we got 16. And this is the simple thing of function. And actually function can have some side effects, like we can compute something here, but also we can print out like I am calculating, and then we can say x multiply or squared, like this. So we can see, like, here is it, program started from here, and then it's created variable y, and then it's called f with parameter 4. So we went here, x become 4, and then it's printed out I am calculating, and then it's printed out x, and this thing, then it's calculated x multiplied by x, and returned it and assigned it to y, and then we printed out y. So this is function, and it's very simple. There is a things, function can take multiple parameters, so like we can make the function multiplication, for instance, and of course it can have different types. In previous tutorials I did not talk about types, and here is it. In C++ has a set of built-in types, and one of them is integer, and another one is in float, So we can do something with float, and we can like make the function multiplication, and it will take float x and float y, and we can like also print out I'm multiplying. Come on. I'm multiplying x and y, and we can return x multiplied by y. And here is it. Let's print it out. Cout. Let's say, I don't know, 8 multiplied by 9 equals, and we actually can call function directly here, and let's see what kind of result we will get, what kind of output. It might be interesting, right? Can you predict, by the way, what kind of output we will get? Of course, like first line, it's going to be I'm calculating for and this thing, right? So, and what it's going to be next? So let's try to figure out, right? So we go in here, and it's going to output 8 multiplied by 9, right? And then it's going to call function mul, and it will assign 8 to x and 9 to y, and then it will print I'm multiplying, and then it will print 8 and 9, correct return, and then it will return 8 multiplied by 9, which is 72, and output it here, and then in our correct return. Let's see how our prediction is going to work. Interestingly, it didn't work as I'm predicting, and because of president of operations, and before running how this thing, it's actually calls multiplication. You know, so the things with the function with side effects, always we have to always be careful with it, because we never know the order how it's going to be called. Anyways, so this is about functions, and what else I want to talk about this thing. Yeah, let's have some real example, more interesting example with functions and input and output, like density. I'm not sure did I spell it right or not. Let me see. Let me open it in the Scratch. Spell density. So density.cpp. So let's make the function which is which returns density, float density, and it's going to take two parameters. We want to calculate the density of the planets, right? So it's going to take two parameters. First parameter is going to be mass, and second parameter is going to be radius. Is it like this? Radius, like this. Okay, so, and it will return density of the planet. So how to calculate density of the planet? So what is the formula of density? It's mass divided by volume, right? And what is the volume of sphere with some radius? It's let's Google for this thing, right? It's kind of shame, but I forgot volume of this sphere. So 4 divided by 3 multiplied by pi r cube. 4, and we want to do calculation and floating point precision, and also because this one by default is with double precision, I need to put suffix safe. And actually I like to put it like this because it's more readable, but I think like this also is going to work. So 4 divided by 3 multiplied by pi and multiplied by r. Multiplied by pi 3, 14, 15 f multiplied by 3 times r. Radius. So like this, and we are going actually get the value from the keyboard. Enter the mass of the planet. Cout mass scene. Cout. Enter the radius of the planet. Density of the planet. Density. Mass and radius. Let's compile it. Density.cp. So let's run it. And let's get some planets. Some information about planets. So let's see on Wikipedia. So solar system, like Mercury. Let's see some parameters of Mercury. So mass is 3.3. So this is scientific notation. So here is it. There is 3.3 multiplied by 10 in power of 23, and in scientific notation it's going to look like this. There is no values about radius of the planet. Let's ask directly, right? So it's 1516 miles. Can I convert it to kilometers? 2439. So density. Normally density is in like in C standard it's what is it, kilograms in meter cubed, something like this, right? So I need to convert it to kilo. So 3.3 in kilograms, it's correct, and this one is supposed to be in meters, and 1 kilometer is 1000 meters, so it's like this, and it's still quite high. 21. Oh, this one says it's 21 kilograms. 328, 320. All right. This is kilograms in meter cubed. I think it sounds right. Yeah, it looks right. 5. Yeah, so we got correct result. Cool. So I think it's enough for this episode. So time is less than 5 minutes, right? Let's talk about something more. Let's talk about built-in functions. And we have a bunch of built-in functions in C++, and I'm just going to barely touch some functions, just randomly talk about built-in functions. It's not actually built-in, it's like a C++ language has language itself, and it has a standard library. And standard library more or less just library written in C++ using C++ language. So like a lot of languages which is kind of high level languages, they are actually using C language to implement some built-in functionality in the language, but C++ so close to hardware, so like standard library actually written in C++. So let's talk about standard. It's not built-in, like standard functions. So there is a library which is math library, and actually it's derived from C language, and to make it more C++, it was rewritten, and now name for library is CMath. And inside CMath we have like bunch of different functions, and like for instance apps function. Let me include also IOStream, which is converting negative value to positive value and keep positive value as is. So let's compile it, and let's see how apps is working. Also, it has functions from trigonometry like sine, cosine, and let's see like sine of pi divided by 6, for instance. 340 divided by 6 equals 0.5. Like there is a cosine, there is a tangent, functions. Also pi is specified, pi equals, and it's called mpi, and actually this is not part of standard, so for this reason I didn't use it here, but in GCC pi is specified as mpi, and actually in Visual Studio to get mpi you need to define something before including CMath. I do not remember what you need to define, and I actually can Google for it. mpi Visual Studio. So, and you need to define underscore use math defines underscore use in C++ in Visual Studio, but we do not need to do it for G++ GCC. Very often we would need to do some conversion from string to integer, from integer to string, from float to string, and so on. So there is a special function for this thing, and let's observe them. So like for instance, if we need to convert something to string, we have to use std to string. Surprise, surprise. Auto equals like 10, and inside str we will have string representation for number 10. I don't know how to demonstrate it to you, but we can print it out. But sometimes we would need to convert it to number, right? So to convert it back to number, we can use s to I. Yeah, we got warning because we did not use num, and we can use it to print the value of num, and it's going to be still 10. We can show like some math is going to be work with numbers. You can see it compiles, but if I'll try to do this thing with string, it would not work, and actually it will complain no match for operator multiply, for operand type std basic string char, and std basic string char, it's actually long name for std string. So there is no operator multiply for std string and int, which is true. So it did not compile, of course we could not run it. So last line is going to be 20. So I think it's enough time for this lesson, this tutorial. Thank you for watching, and hopefully you will continue to watch my videos, and hopefully I will see you. We will meet next time. Bye.